everyone enough for being here. If you have family that's somewhere else and you can communicate with them about what's going on the ground, please do so. We are doing all of our assessments right now for water, our utility assessments, damage assessments, and once we have a good assessment on what our infrastructure is really looking like, we'll be able to give a better assessment on when we even think water can be restored. We have activated all of our pre-position contracts just to remove debris out of roadways, because that's posing a challenge for us to even do a good damage assessment, that we can't get to all of the areas in the parish that do have damage. But all of that's been mobilized and activated, and we're working very quickly. This is going to be a marathon and not a sprint, but I've been in this community for Hurricane Isaac, and I know that we are a resilient group of people. This is going to be very difficult. Worst disaster that we've all seen in St. John Parish. And it's going to take a long time. We're here to support the residents, and I just want to thank everyone and thank the media for being here now, because for a while we could not reach our residents. So I do appreciate you all coming, and thank you. Sure. Jacqueline Hotard, St. John the Baptist Parish President. Thank you.
Still morning. Good morning. Thank everyone for coming out today, Governor. Thank you for your working relationship. As always, you were here for us in the past, and you have not let us down again. We've been through Hurricane Isaac. We've seen this movie before, but here we are. Our residents are very resilient. They do a good job. My jail is empty, and you're going to be in there by yourself. We're not having it. Let me say this to you. 911 connections are very scarce and very hard to come by. Most of the residents can't call us, which means they're probably going to take matters into their own hands. You may be the one needing 911. That's what I'm trying to say in the most polite terms I can say. And for the people who are already suffering out here, do not become another victim to contractor fraud. If somebody comes to your house saying they're going to fix you this and fix that, do not give any money up front. And whoever does come to your house and wants you to do law enforcement a favor, not just St. John, but the whole state, take a picture of them and take a picture of their vehicle and their license plate number. Do not let yourself become a victim of not only Ida, but the greedy people out here that's going to try to take advantage of you. If you need 911, call 911. My St. John residents, we're going to get St. John Parish back for you to come home. Just sit tight where you are a little while longer. Be careful. Be safe. We're going to tell you, we want to come in and get your stuff and leave. Pay attention to the news reports and the traffic presses, okay? But we're going to get you back home. Just sit still for us, and just like you did the last time, we're going to bounce back. Thank you.
Tell them who you are.
Sheriff Mike Trigg, St. John Parish Sheriff. Thank you, Governor, for reminding me. I appreciate it.
All right, we're going to take one or two questions, and then we're going to move out to Terrebonne Parish.
Governor, what's the situation with food and water availability for people here who may need those kind of supplies?
Yeah, well, we actually are coordinating now with the parish for points of distribution, and I think you're going to see that stood up very quickly in terms of what the National Guard will do here with MREs and water and so forth, trying to add ice to that list, bags of ice, as soon as we're able to do that. Those are not operating today, but we're also working with the Red Cross, and that coordination started already, where we're going to have hot meals fed here, and we're going to be coordinating with the parish to make sure that those are in the communities where the people need them the most. And obviously we know that we don't yet have functioning supermarkets and fast food restaurants and that sort of stuff. We're working as fast as we can to get this stood up. I want to remind people, we're here on Tuesday morning. The hurricane came through Sunday. It didn't leave this area until after lunch, well after lunch on Sunday. But the presence you're going to see here is going to grow and grow from here on forward until obviously we're not needed anymore. Yes, sir.
Governor, what is your assessment of the utility?
Yeah.
Transmission lines to
Yeah.
the Mississippi River? We're being told by FEMA that it could be 30 days before greater than was and power backup. Is that satisfactory to you? Is there anything that can be done, state or federal, to help speed up that time frame?
Well, I don't believe anybody. I know I'm not satisfied with 30 days. The Entergy people aren't satisfied with 30 days. Nobody who's out there needing power is satisfied with that. But I am mindful that we just had the strongest hurricane, at least tied for the strongest that the state has ever experienced, and infrastructure has been damaged. The damage assessment continues. That started yesterday. It actually continues. And then once they know exactly how heavily damaged the infrastructure is, then they're going to be able to respond, put together a plan. But what I can tell you is we have well over 20,000 linemen, vegetation crews, and others in the state right now. I did a 2-hour phone call with Entergy last evening to make sure that they knew that this is a very high order of priority. And look, we all want air conditioning because that's how we run our lights and our air conditioners. I'm worried about it because that's how we run our hospitals too, and our hospitals are full, and we have so many other things that are just critically important. And we know that even if you have a generator, typically after so many days they start to fail, right? And so we're doing everything we can to work with them to get them to restore electricity as soon as possible, but to prioritize the things that really are the priorities for repowering. And we're bringing in redundant generator capacity and technicians in the meantime. But nobody is satisfied. And quite frankly, I will be surprised, not pleasantly surprised, but unpleasantly surprised if it actually is 30 days before we start to see power being restored. But yeah, but there are parts of the state, as you move from between here and the coast, you have much more damage than you saw even in New Orleans. And so every area is not going to come back at the same time. And we do ask people to be patient. That's one of the reasons we need people to stay out. If you've already evacuated, or if you've decided whether to evacuate, take all of this into consideration, because quite frankly, it's going to be a while before you have all of the conveniences, and not just conveniences, the things you need to actually live. Okay, WGNO, and this will be it.
Governor, the FEMA administrator mentioned of having folks in the neighborhoods, if you will, being able to, sign folks up for benefits. Is that something happening here, or is it happening throughout the entire region in other parts of the state?
Yeah.
And I ask that because of the cell phone stuff and the power lines are out everywhere.
Yeah, it's a great question. We are going to start bringing those teams in. They're coming in today. They'll be starting to go out into neighborhoods around Louisiana. We'll work. Neighborhoods are in the most need for those, and they have iPads. They can register people offline, go back and get cell connection. Then it uploads that information, and their information. They'll get a case number, and they'll get.
Your name, please.
My name is Deanne Criswell, and I'm the FEMA administrator.
Okay, thank you all very much. God bless.
Appreciate you. Thank you, man. Yes, it is. All right, thank you. Thanks.
I'm so sorry.
Come this way. Come this way.